Salutations, respected viewers. This is George from Ireland. Here I am in Moscow in front of the Kremlin wall necropolis, as in City of the Dead necropolis. And I'm going to tell you about the only Irishman who's interred here at the Kremlin wall necropolis, which was a signal honour for anyone in the Soviet Union. That's Arthur McManus. So McManus was born in Belfast in 1889. But he moved to Glasgow in his childhood. He was from a working class family, and he went out to full-time work in his early teens, as was the norm at the time. He joined the Socialist Labour Party, as opposed to the Labour Party, and was involved in strike activity even before the First World War. And when the First World War came along, like many of the far left, he regarded this as being a capitalist war and the massacre of the proletariat, and saying that a working class man in the British Isles has got nothing against his counterpart in Germany, Austria-Hungary and so on, and therefore that they should down tools, they should not be serving the capitalist war machine, and that was that. That did nothing to prevent the war, I'm afraid. There were lots of strikes around the United Kingdom. Now, Glasgow was the Red Clyde, as they called it, as in the River Clyde flows through Glasgow, and it was a hotbed of socialist activity. There wasn't a clear distinction between socialism and communism at the time. Anyway, in 1917, here in Russia, the Bolshevik Revolution took place, and he soon came to Russia, which was then really the center of communism for the whole world, of course. And even some parliamentary socialists gravitated towards Russia, despite the Bolsheviks having ruthlessly crushed democratic socialism here. So McManus, he was honoured by the Soviet government, who wished to disseminate their ideology abroad, bring about a communist revolution in Great Britain and Ireland. So by that stage, McManus was a member of the Communist Party of Great Britain. So despite being Irish, he doesn't seem to have had a great deal of truck with the Irish nationalist cause, and I believe he is from a Catholic background as well. But anyway, he was a close associate of Georgy Zinoviev, the head of Comintern, Communist International, and that was only about half a mile that way, the headquarters of Comintern. But he fell ill and died here in 1927, so he was cremated and his remains were buried in the Kremlin wall behind me. There's a black plaque to him on the wall where his mortal remains are kept, but you can't get in there. You can get in there, but without a camera, not allowed to film any closer. So that's that, I'm afraid. That is Arthur McManus, the only Irishman who was accorded this accolade of being laid to rest in the Kremlin wall necropolis, hard by the Lenin Mausoleum.